Okay, so now that we have our cube moving, we have a place for it to move on top of, and we have the camera following it, now it's time to actually start making this game. We now need to give it something to smash into to eventually make it so that it has to avoid those things. So let's get started with how you make a barrier. In this game, the barrier, which is the main obstacle, the thing he's got to run around, is quite simply the exact same thing as a player. It just kind of looks a little bit different, right? But it has basically the same properties. So all I have to do is start off by creating a new game object, 3D object, and we'll make it a sphere. Here is our new game object. If we go into here, we can see it better. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our cube and we're going to give it a name. We'll call this guy barrier. So this barrier is now here, happy, and something I can hopefully smash into. Let's give it a shot. Let's move it a little further away though first. So there it goes. If I notice his Y is a little bit high, remember we want anything that's sitting directly on top of this will be at, I believe, exactly 1. Because this is 0, 0 and it's 2 in length. So I'm going to get that there. Let's make it a little bit more interesting. We'll make it a little bit bigger. So we'll click on this guy because we want it to be wider in that direction. There. Looks like it'll probably hit our cube. Ta-da! Now, let's hit play, see what happens. Ta-da! It works. Surprisingly, right? So, this thing has the ability to smash into basically any other object that's on here that's a solid object. These are all solid objects. So, if we wanted to make one of these and it was passing through, we'd have to double check and make sure that our box collider right here is actually checked. If it is not checked, and I click play, it'll just pass directly past it, and that's not great. So make sure that box collider is in fact checked. Click on, and boom, that's how you make an object that collides. From that, we want to make sure that we test this before we move on to the next step, because you don't want to make a million of these barriers and have nothing work at all. That wouldn't be great. All right, make your barrier.